Hello, so I wanted to do a video on British World War II gas mask or respirator microphones. So as you can see, they're called microphone respirator. There's the number one and there's the number two. No idea if either of these work because you have to wire them up obviously in just the right way or the right type of amplifier to test that. So the number one I've got, although it's got the microphone sort of surface there as you can see, it's missing the important bit, which is this special cover. And this cover is designed to fit into the side port of any of the British masks that have this design. Now, the reason I'm going to show it you of the T-Mic Special is I can take this off and plug it in without damaging the mask. On the later, cheaper British masks, the idea was if it was going to be used with a microphone, you'd cut a hole in the mask and probably glue the microphone in permanently. So obviously I'll have to demonstrate it with number two. As I said, I haven't tried wiring this up yet properly to see if it works. But what we'll do is get that open and show you how it works. Right, so that was actually really difficult to get out due to obviously rubber rotting, just the sheer long amount of time it'd been in there. So this is just like a little bake-like cap. But now, in theory, this should just push into there, which might be quite hard for me to do without putting the camera down. But let me try and put that in with the camera down, and then you'll see it in practice how it pushes in. Yeah, so there you go. I'm not going to bother tightening that little O-ring type seal you would do on there. But how this has worked is obviously it's plugged into there now. That's probably actually quite a good seal fit on there as it is because of this being slightly larger than there. So obviously that rubber is pushed up against it. Now from the inside you probably can't see anything because it's going to probably just in the cheek there. Yeah, obviously you can put your thumb into it there, but yeah, so that sits quite well in there. Obviously you would, in theory, if you were using this, tighten that little sort of Jubilee clip type thing. Now, I don't know if the other ones, if they just used some sort of rubber cement when they were in there, or did just give them a Jubilee clip or a big, like, tight bit of wire to wrap around them to keep them in place. Obviously, once that's removed, the mask isn't going to be airtight anymore, so it has to work like this. But the idea being very, very difficult to hear somebody through one of these. So somebody who was answering radios or telephone calls or whatever needed a microphone method that they could be patched into to whatever console, telephone exchange, whatever they were using, and then they could talk through that system. So yeah, there you go. There's both of these. In a later video, I'll see if I can get either of these working just to do a microphone sound quality test. But yes, that's how they worked with their things like that. You simply, like I said, cut a hole in the mask on the later ones, push that through. In theory, if the hole, that had been forced through a small hole, it might even seal up that way. But yeah, then you've got a microphone inside your general service respirator.